Good morning and welcome to Thursday. Glad you were here. And I said good morning. You may be watching us at all kind of times. That's the good thing about this digital profile, and that you can make it part of your life, whatever works for you. But because we kind of started them in the morning, I'm just kind of stuck with that. Jesus wraps up this passage at the beginning of chapter 7 with an interesting sentence. Do not give to holy what is dogs, and do not throw your pearls before swine, for they will just trample them under the feet, and then they will tear you to pieces. Do not give what is holy to dogs or pearls to swine. Now, we're just talking about anger. We're just talking about how to deal with the plank in your own eye and the splinter in your brother's eye. We're talking about all of these other things, and now Jesus throws this thing in about dogs and pigs, and it doesn't make any sense. Well, it does if you go back to what he's talking about taking care of the splinter in your brother's eye. Remember, once you are in this journey of being transformed, one of the things that happens is that you turn to the people next to you and you help them on their journey. Now, what's going to be frustrating to you is to find those people who do not want to be on the journey, who do not want to get better. Do you remember the story of Jesus being at the pool of Siloam, and he saw the lame man, and the first thing he asked the man is, do you want to be healed? Now, when you read that passage, your first response is, what a dumb question. Of course, everybody wants to be healed. No, everybody doesn't want to be healed. There are people who have their wounds and they wear them like medals. They're always the victim. They're always have an excuse not to take the next step or not to try anything new. They use it as an excuse not to take any risk. They had their heart broken as a teenager, so now as adults they won't try to love at all. You know those kind of people. And Jesus says, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time pouring into somebody who doesn't want to get well. If somebody wants to stay ill, they want to stay with their woundedness, then that's their choice. And like Jesus, we have to respect that choice. Now, understand, this doesn't happen that much, but it does happen. You know people who are addicts who will be in love with their addiction much more than they'll be in love with the people that they should be loving or trying to get well. And they won't make the decisions necessary to get past the addiction. That's what Jesus is talking about. You have people who will love their sin, their way of life right now, more than they love Jesus, more than they want to be like Jesus, and they will consistently choose not to be with Jesus or not to be like Jesus. And if you're walking with that person, if you're trying to pour into that person, they will frustrate you. And they will frustrate you, as Jesus says, to the point of anger, where they will turn on you. Now, it's a very prayerful decision that you have to make, but it is a decision you have to make. Is this a person that is going to respond to what Jesus wants to do in their life? If it is, then pour into them. If not, then feel free to walk away. Now, again, two things to think about. One, are you trying to reach a person who doesn't want to be reached? Or are you a person who doesn't want to be reached? That's a tough question. I'll give you 60 seconds to think about it.